Number 5, 3-string A7 sweeping. This is really good if you're just really working on the sweeping technique and you just want to get really good at it. This is just a really good way of working. 3 notes going down to this chord. Then we're going to flip the shape. So you get down, 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 up, up, up. Don't get any simpler than that. It's just a really simple way of doing it, and then it's pretty easy to get up the start. Alrighty. Now you can change that, just the shape of that, and keep the same concept and get diminished. The next one, number 6, D major string skipping. It's pretty easy to do. It's kind of Paul Gilbert-ish, but it's interesting because you have to skip over that one string. I use that in one of my other songs, a different song on a different album, where I kind of climb that up. Easy to move around. Want to turn it to a minor, flat in the 3rd. Any questions so far? All right, the diminished stuff. This is another string skipping. We're going to go. Slide in there, that 18 to 21. Yeah, diminish is fun. It's just, a lot of stretching. Start sneaking in your ring finger back in there. There's some other things you can start doing. Alrighty, on to some softer stuff here at the end. This is, let's see what. Alright, these are harmonics, just natural harmonics. And if you kind of get them together, see, you can kind of get a really nice cascading. Harmonics are cool. You kind of want to see if you can get them to so that first one, you always want to kind of be on your bridge pickup here too. Get that. And then just holding this chord here, A minor 7, and you can get. So what this is, I'm using my thumb back here to pluck the string, and then I'm doing a natural pull off here. So. chords. Try different chords. All right, and then did one with just we're plucking, harmonic, plucking, all the way down.
Sound. You go in an octave difference on that also,
exactly.
right?
That's definitely an octave, man, to get that.
That's tough to do.
Yeah, you just want to really just start with a chord, you know, just a bar. Just start with that, you know.
Bar's easy.
This is kind of looks like a two-handed idea using the tapping and. You can see you can do a lot of stuff with that. So you got like if you arrange those notes right, and get some harp effects, like a warped harp. So yeah, kind of throwing those open strings adds a nice, nice idea in there. Alrighty, this number 6 at the bottom there. This is kind of interesting because what this is we're going to hold a chord here. Minor 7 flat 5. You actually have to put your thumb on top of the neck of the guitar to get the top 2 notes. There's no other way to pull that off. And then you take the side of your pick and you just bow the string. Don't blame me if there's nothing left of your pick after that, but the effect is almost worth it. Okay, so this next lick, it says don't ask. This is a kind of a strange way to get all the notes.
Is that the only position that we're working?
Oh, that chord?
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. You can do that. Sure. Yeah. You can do it anywhere, man. Sure. You want to do it a whole step up from where you're holding your chord, though.
Okay.
It's kind of fairy tale-ish sounding, kind of wild.
Cool.
All right, the next one is just a really, really stupid thing because sometimes when you're playing guitar and you get bored, you end up doing things that, well, really weird, you know, because you just figure them out, you know, like. So you start figuring out stupid things to do with your guitar that make no sense at all.
Is that don't ask?
No.
That was cool.
No, no, this is actually just a way to hit. See, you know, when you hit a note on the guitar and you go up one string, go over 6 frets, you hit the same note again. This is actually a stupid way of hitting all those notes, and if you blink, you'll miss it. Alright, so that's. Another great lick to annoy the neighbors with. This is clustered chord here. This is seconds. So what it is this actually kind of cool. When you go this horrible chord, you're going to slide it up in half steps and you get. Just a really pointless lick, but nonetheless, it's kind of crazy sounding. Like I said, annoying licks. Okay, the harmonic minor. This is an interesting way to play a harmonic minor. It's got a repeating pattern here. And I would suggest just taking the first 6 notes and drilling them first. See what you can do with that, just legato even. By putting the palm mute down here, I'm stifling the string where it doesn't have any room to really move. And you got a really different kind of effect. Kind of an interesting way of playing a harmonic minor. Here's a little Dorian lick. This is which we know is the second mode, and it goes like this. I think this lick kind of sounds non-guitarish, so that's why I like it. Sound to it. Here's a great lick if you go and play at the local blues jams. Not really, but because this is kind of a shreddy blues lick. But
is that number 5, number 1?
Number 5. It's actually tucked away, and there's almost hard
in
to
the
see.
corner, right?
Yep, that's it. And it's all about the picking on this. This is what I call gypsy picking. Just kind of has an interesting. I pick going up. I'm sorry, I don't pick going up. I hit the first note, I hammer them on, and then I pick everything going back down. And then slow, it sounds like this. And definitely wouldn't break that out during the Thrill Is Gone or anything, but. So, if we take that gypsy picking and you can play like a gypsy scale. Kind of the gypsy feel. I just got back from Romania, so I'm listening to a lot of gypsy music right now. Alright, sitar, one of my favorite instruments. These are kind of fun to do because sitars are very old school instruments. They're very hard to play. They actually use a wooden peg stuck in there, so when you try to bend a string, I mean, it's drastic. So we're going to kind of get that sitar-y effect by bending these half steps and playing this scale. The harmonic minor. So we get a. It's all about those little bends. So, and that has that Lydian type. And I'm always using this drone because I need an instrument to use Tanpura to drone out some of these ideas. So the next example. And yeah, it's kind of sitar-y, you know. Alrighty, let's see what we got next. The koto is a Japanese instrument, and it's kind of probably don't know right off the bat what that is, but when you hear it, you probably will. See, a lot of these instruments are easy to replicate on guitar. You just have to know where to pick, where to put your pickup, and all these sounds are right here. You want to find different ways of getting them. I did a video for a company called Rock House where they wanted me to cover getting the sound of harmonizer pedals without actually using them, and you can do it. You can. It's all in the matter of how you bend the notes to almost digitally reproduce it. You know. Effect. You know, you can get the effect. It depends on how you approach it. So, all right. So that koto, yeah, that's a cool little. And so I'm putting it on the bridge, and I'm really picking right by the bridge here. These little microtonal bends. And there's a slew of scales you can get too. Scale. And then we have the Japanese pentatonic. Again, it's not going to really sound like a Japanese pentatonic scale authentically unless you get the bend in there. So, those instruments don't have frets like ours. It's actually very difficult to bend, so when they do bend, it's kind of drastic. Go anywhere. So you want to get that same effect by doing the vibrato on your. All right. So now the next one's kind of another Oriental lick, just a pentatonic section. What I'm going to do is tap the note, just tap the note, and then I'm going to do a drastic low. Kind of get that type of effect. And the rest of these are actually, I wrote them for slide guitar, but I forgot my slide at home. Unless we have a slide laying around somewhere.
I got one.
Okay.
Cool.
Got you covered,
So
brother.
awesome,
Rescue.
man.